Welcome to part 11 of my build of the quarter-scale Taylorcraft Auster 5A based on the Jerry Bates Auster J1 Autocrat plans. This video is a slideshow with a voiceover of some pictures I took while building it. Day 71. The plans show a 1.5 degree dihedral, but since I don't have a digital protractor, I extended the 0 degree line from the fuselage to figure out how high I need to raise the wingtips. It turns out that each wingtip needs to be raised about 25 millimeters below the second to last rib, as shown in this cropped image. Here is a prop that I taped a straight edge to and used to raise the wing until the laser level hit 25 millimeters, approximately. Now I was able to mix epoxy glue and glue the struts to the bracket at the bottom and the ball joints at the top. Now this needs to harden, and then I can start doing the intermediate struts and fiberglass on the struts. Day 72. The left wing is on. It went just fine. The experience with the right wing made it much easier. I fitted 1.5 millimeter plywood plates on the lower parts of the struts. I will add some bolts tomorrow, and then the struts will not come off. Day 73. All I did today was to sand to shape the bottom of the right pair of struts and drill them for 8 M2 bolts that will be installed when the fiberglass is on. I also glued the plywood to the other pair of struts. Day 74. I went to the local paint store this morning and bought some green paint that matches the color inside flaps and possibly other places, and then started painting them. The only thing you have to be careful of is not to dip the brush in the coffee. When TF-LBP was purchased from England, there was a bubble window for a camera on the left side. It was removed before the plane was shipped to Iceland, but the patch in the hole was clearly visible. I've prepared the glassing of the struts by cutting strips of fiberglass, which I'm going to glue down with epoxy resin tomorrow. Day 75. I finished putting fiberglass on one side of the wing struts. I will do the other side tomorrow. While the epoxy was curing, I fiddled around with putting brackets in for the rear seat and making the seat behind the pilot. There is not a bench, as usual, because the stretcher for the patient has to fit on the left side of the cockpit. Day 76. I made the cushions for the seats. I need to add the beading to the passenger seat. Thank you for showing me how to do this, Danny Fenton. Then I painted the cushions black. I probably need to do another coat of paint. I brushed a final coat of epoxy resin onto the struts. Day 77. A few small jobs. This build is so far along that there are almost only small jobs left. Still, they will be time-consuming. A balsa infill in the main landing gear. This will then be covered with Oratex. The cover behind the rear seat. This is made of cardboard, and I was trying to make it look like sailcloth. The cushions are glued to the seats.